Life is rarely a straight line. It throws curveballs, it zigs when we expect it to zag. Uncertainty is a constant companion, whether we like it or not. For those who thrive on creativity, these uncertain times can be especially daunting. Our creative sparks often ignite when we feel safe and secure. When the ground beneath us feels shaky, it's easy for fear and doubt to creep in. But here's the good news: creativity doesn't have to be a casualty of uncertainty. Just as a ship navigates a storm, we can learn to weather the unpredictable and emerge stronger on the other side. Creativity is not a luxury, it's a fundamental human need, a way of making sense of the world around us and a powerful tool for navigating challenging times. When we tap into our creative reserves, we unlock resilience, adaptability, and a sense of agency. In the face of uncertainty, our natural instinct might be to retreat and wait for the storm to pass. But what if we embrace the chaos? What if we viewed uncertainty not as a threat, but as an invitation to think differently? This is not to say that we should ignore the very real anxieties and challenges that uncertainty brings. The key is to acknowledge these feelings without letting them paralyze us. Instead of fearing the unknown, we can choose to be curious about it. This journey begins by shifting our perspective. Instead of viewing uncertainty as an obstacle to creativity, we can reframe it as a catalyst. This requires a willingness to experiment, to embrace imperfection, and to find joy in the process itself. It means letting go of the need for control and embracing the unexpected detours that inevitably arise. In the following sections, we'll explore practical strategies and inspiring examples of how to navigate uncertainty creatively. This is not a one-size-fits-all approach, but a collection of tools and insights to help you forge your own path through the unknown. Imagine your mind as a vast echoing chamber. When uncertainty strikes, this chamber can quickly fill with a cacophony of anxious whispers. Doubts about our abilities, fears about the future, and a nagging sense of being adrift can easily drown out the quiet voice of creativity. It's crucial to recognize that these thoughts, while powerful, are not necessarily true. Instead of getting swept away by this inner turmoil, we can learn to observe these thoughts with a sense of detachment. By questioning our assumptions, we can begin to disentangle ourselves from the grip of negativity. Uncertainty, by its very nature, implies a lack of control. We don't know what the future holds, and that can be deeply unsettling. Our instinct might be to cling to certainty wherever we can find it, to seek comfort in the familiar. But in doing so, we risk stifling our creative potential. True creativity often emerges from a place of not knowing. It requires us to step outside our comfort zones, to embrace the unknown, and to be willing to experiment without a guaranteed outcome. Instead of fearing the unknown, we can choose to be curious about it. This shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating, freeing us from the pressure of having all the answers. As we venture into the unknown, we are bound to encounter our inner critic. This voice, often fueled by self-doubt and fear of failure, can be a powerful deterrent to creativity. The key to taming this inner critic is not to silence it entirely, but to learn how to manage it. Acknowledge its presence, but don't let it dictate your actions. Recognize that self-doubt is a normal part of the creative process. One effective strategy is to personify your inner critic. By externalizing this voice, you can begin to separate yourself from its negativity. Thriving creatively in uncertain times requires more than just managing our thoughts and emotions. It requires cultivating a resilient creative spirit, one that can weather the storms and emerge stronger on the other side. One of the most important aspects of resilience is the ability to reframe setbacks as opportunities for growth. When we encounter obstacles or experience failures, it's easy to become discouraged and give up on our creative pursuits. But what if we viewed these setbacks as valuable learning experiences? By reframing our perspective, we can transform challenges into opportunities for innovation and growth. When the world feels chaotic, establishing a routine can be a grounding force. It provides a sense of structure and normalcy amidst the uncertainty. This is especially important for creatives, who often thrive on rhythm and momentum. A regular routine can act as a springboard, propelling us forward even when inspiration feels elusive. Think of your creative routine as a daily ritual, a time you set aside to connect with your craft. The key is to find a rhythm that works for you and to stick to it as much as possible. Even small, consistent actions can make a big difference. In uncertain times, it's easy to get caught up in the what-ifs and to lose sight of the present moment. We may find ourselves fixated on future anxieties or dwelling on past disappointments. Cultivating an attitude of gratitude can be a powerful antidote to these negative thought patterns. Take time each day to appreciate the simple things: a beautiful sunrise, a good cup of coffee, the sound of laughter. Similarly, celebrate your creative victories, no matter how small they may seem. These small wins can fuel your motivation and remind you of the progress you're making. Our physical environment can have a profound impact on our creativity. A cluttered, chaotic workspace can be distracting and draining, while a well-organized, inspiring space can nurture our imaginations. Take some time to create a dedicated creative space for yourself, a sanctuary where you can escape from the outside world. This doesn't have to be a large or elaborate studio. Personalize your space with objects that inspire you: artwork, photographs, books, plants, or anything else that sparks your creativity. The goal is to create a space that feels inviting and conducive to creative flow. We often think of creativity as a boundless, limitless process. However, paradoxically, constraints can actually enhance our creative thinking. When we impose limitations on ourselves, it forces us to think outside the box and come up with innovative solutions. Think of the haiku poet working within the confines of a strict syllable count, or the musician composing a song using only a few chords. These limitations can actually serve as a catalyst, pushing us to explore new possibilities, embrace constraints as creative challenges rather than obstacles. Inspiration is often portrayed as a lightning bolt, a sudden flash of genius that strikes out of the blue. While these moments of epiphany can occur, the truth is that inspiration often arises from more mundane sources. It's in the everyday, the overlooked, the seemingly insignificant details where creative sparks ignite. Think about a walk in nature. The intricate patterns on a leaf, the vibrant colors of a sunset, the gentle sway of trees in the breeze. These can all spark creative ideas if we're open to seeing them. The key is to cultivate a sense of awareness, to pay attention to the world around us with fresh eyes. You never know where you'll stumble upon an idea or technique that resonates with your own creative work. Curiosity is the fuel that drives creative exploration. It's the insatiable desire to learn, to discover, to understand how things work and why. When we approach the world with a sense of wonder, we open ourselves up to a wealth of creative possibilities. Cultivate your curiosity by asking questions, challenge assumptions, explore different perspectives, and seek out new information. The more curious you are, the more you'll notice the connections and patterns that others miss. Stepping outside your comfort zone not only expands your knowledge and experience, but it also helps you develop new ways of thinking. Innovation often occurs at the intersection of disciplines. When we expose ourselves to ideas and approaches from different fields, we create fertile ground for creative breakthroughs. This cross-pollination of knowledge can lead to unexpected connections and novel solutions. Think about Leonardo da Vinci, a master of art, science, and invention. His diverse interests allowed him to see the world in a unique way, leading to groundbreaking innovations. Seek out opportunities to collaborate with people from different backgrounds and areas of expertise. History is replete with examples of individuals who thrived creatively during times of uncertainty and upheaval. These individuals possessed a unique ability to adapt to changing circumstances and channel their creative energy into meaningful work. Consider the artists and writers of the Harlem Renaissance, a period of immense social and political change. Despite facing discrimination and hardship, these artists produced a flourishing of creative expression. These examples remind us that uncertainty, while challenging, can also be a catalyst for growth, innovation, and the creation of truly meaningful work. They show us the power of the human spirit to persevere and create even in the face of adversity. What is the collective creative spirit? Creativity is often seen as a solitary pursuit, the domain of lone geniuses. But creativity thrives in community. We are inspired by others, energized by shared passions, and emboldened by collective support. Think of a jazz ensemble, each musician improvising yet playing in harmony, or a theater troupe bringing a shared vision to life through collective effort. Community amplifies creative potential. The creative journey is rarely a linear path from inspiration to masterpiece. It's often fraught with challenges and moments of self-doubt. Connecting with other creatives is powerful. Sharing our struggles, we realize we're not alone. This realization allows us to approach our work with more compassion. Celebrating wins with others amplifies our joy and commitment. In an increasingly digital age, it's easy to feel disconnected from others, even when surrounded by people. We may find ourselves scrolling endlessly through social media feeds, bombarded with curated versions of other people's lives, feeling more isolated than ever. While technology can be a double-edged sword, it also offers incredible opportunities for connection and collaboration. Online communities, workshops, and forums provide spaces for creatives from all over the world to connect, share their work, and support each other. These virtual spaces can be especially valuable for those who may not have access to in-person creative communities. Beyond the digital realm, seek out opportunities to connect with other creatives in your local community. Attend art openings, poetry readings, open mic nights, or workshops. Join a local artist collective, writing group, or makerspace. These in-person interactions, however fleeting, can spark unexpected collaborations, forge lasting friendships, and remind us of the power of human connection to fuel creative expression. Thriving creatively in uncertain times is not about ignoring the challenges or pretending everything is fine. It's about acknowledging the difficulties, embracing the unknown, and finding ways to connect, support, and inspire one another through the creative process. It's about recognizing that we are stronger together than we are alone. So reach out to a fellow creative today, share your struggles, celebrate your triumphs, and brainstorm new ideas. Join an online community or attend a local event. Embrace the power of collaboration and watch as your creativity flourishes, even amidst the uncertainty. We've journeyed together through the unpredictable landscape of creativity in uncertain times. We've explored the psychological hurdles, the practical strategies, and the inspiring examples of those who've navigated these waters before us. Remember, uncertainty is not the enemy of creativity. It can be its most potent catalyst. Embrace the discomfort of not knowing. Treat your fears as opportunities for growth. Find solace in routine, yet remain open to the unexpected detours that inevitably arise. Celebrate the small victories, the tiny triumphs that fuel your creative fire. Transform your anxieties into fuel for your imagination. Seek inspiration in the mundane, the overlooked, the seemingly insignificant details that color our world. Nurture your curiosity, that insatiable hunger for knowledge and understanding. The world needs your creativity now more than ever. We need your unique voice, your perspective, your ability to make sense of the chaos and offer a new vision for the future. The path ahead may be uncertain, but it is also brimming with possibility. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect idea. Start where you are with what you have. Embrace the messiness of the creative process. Allow yourself to experiment, to fail, to learn, and to grow. The creative journey is not for the faint of heart. It requires courage, resilience, and an unwavering belief in the power of your own imagination. But the rewards are immeasurable. For in the act of creation, we discover not only who we are, but who we are capable of becoming. So go forth and create. The world is waiting to be inspired by your journey.